So Peter, thanks for getting together on short notice for
You're
this
very welcome.
creator brainstorm session. So I tried the YouTube premiere today, and you got to be on like the back end as somebody like, I did the premiere and then you were there for the premiere. So I kind of
Yes.
wanted to very quickly, give our review of this as creators. And we don't have any data from it yet per se. So, but this is just more the raw thoughts that we're having from the experience we had, and we had different experiences, and then maybe what we could do different or better from having used this as a tool. So I'll start and then you chime in, like, as well. I'll give my experience as the user and then you can give your experience as the viewer. How does that sound?
That works.
Okay. So as the user, it was very straightforward and very easy to use. And I was able to just take my video that I made and schedule it to premiere. Then I just clicked on it to open it, and I was watching my video. It counted down, and then it went live, and there were people in the chat. So from that perspective, it was super easy to use. So how was it on your end?
It was good. There was two things I noticed. Somebody in the chat, it was Echo in the chat, was asking, was the Renée in the little circle the live Renée? Like, was that you actually watching your own video and interacting with the chat, or was that you part of the premiere like thing? So that's a question to answer. And what's going on here? I'm not sure. And I think I thought it was a really good session. I think the 2-minute countdown was a bit long, but I liked the little shapes moving around. I thought that was quite cool. So if that was like a 1-minute countdown or stuff like that, I think that would have been, for me personally, that would have been the one I would have chosen, just because I think a 2-minute countdown is a bit long. Everybody in the chat was loving the content, and there were people who were talking about the video whilst also talking with each other, like supporting each other, which is one of our primary goals, is to have creators supporting each other. So I think everybody who was, from what I could see, everybody who was watching the premiere really enjoyed it. And there's somebody, I think it might have been Mike or Echo, who didn't even know he had premiere.
Right. So, all right. So from your user end, so yeah, basically the video I made was the video I made, and I am using StreamYard a lot. And so my daily vlog, my daily thoughts or whatever, I'm going to be making them in StreamYard the way I did. And so when I bring a video clip in, it shrinks me and puts me off in the corner, but that's kind of all still part of the video. So I am not personally live during the actual video itself. I'm only in the chat. So just to answer that question to you, and even for anyone else thinking of using this. And I can see how the way I make my video might have confused Echo. And I don't know that I'm going to necessarily change how I'm making my videos, because I'm really enjoying using StreamYard to make my videos. But yeah, to answer that question specifically about YouTube Premiere, you are not live. You could literally be in sweatpants and covered in dirt.
Yeah.
And just talking with your audience without a camera on. So I liked how when I showed up, there were already people waiting, and we were talking before the movie even started. And the 2-minute countdown, so you can actually pick how long of a countdown you want. I guess I think it was set to automatically 2, and I just didn't change it. I didn't think anything of it on my end, only because it still started exactly on the right time. And so if it starts counting 1 minute before it goes live or 2 minutes, I personally didn't think it mattered, but I'm going to, this is what the brainstorming session's for. So what I'm hearing from your end is it did matter, because you were the viewer kind of anticipating something, and the 2 minutes felt too long. So
I would say it didn't matter in terms of like the big picture. The video started at the time the video was starting at,
right.
And that was all fine. It's just like my personal preference. I think a 2-minute countdown is a bit too long. Sometimes I even think a 1 minute countdown is a bit too long. Like when I do a live stream, my intro is only like 20 seconds.
Right. Yeah, they didn't.
I would say like
have
a
anything.
30-second.
Yeah, sorry. They don't have, it's a preset. So YouTube. Yeah, I think a minute was the lowest. And I think the only purpose of the countdown is because it's sitting there, and it's just to try, maybe to, like, I don't know, increase anticipation. So
I think it definitely did that. There was a couple of people who, once they seen the countdown, they got a little bit excited. So it definitely did that. And if you're happy with the countdown as it was, then by all means leave it. That's just like me nitpicking at what I personally didn't like about it, but like other people might have found it like perfectly fine and enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the little piece. I enjoyed watching the pieces moving. I just thought the duration was a little bit longer, but that's a minor like thing that doesn't even need addressing.
Right. No, but that it's not that I'm tailoring it to your comments specifically. This brainstorm session is really to kind of talk about the experiences from both ends. And so I knew what the content was. And so I'm not anticipating it the same way you, as somebody who didn't know what the content was. And what I hear as a viewer is it was too long. And I think that is more valid than what I want or what Renee thinks. And so that's the point of this brainstorm session that we're having, is you and I are brainstorming a lot, and we want to start sharing our brainstorming. So in a way that hopefully is going to help people as they kind of want to try stuff. So my takeaways are, it was super easy to set up. The countdowns are preset, and there's a whole bunch to pick from. Unfortunately, they're not customizable. I think maybe if we paid for a premium YouTube or something, I don't know, it might change, but I'm not worried about it. I was like, oh, this one's cool, and I picked one, and I left the one that was set, but I think it goes down to 1 minute. As a user, it was awkward. I'm going to be straight out. It felt awkward for me to watch me with you guys. But as we chatted, the awkwardness did go away. So I would just tell people, you're getting used to a tool. It's going to feel weird or awkward, but it's definitely not a reason to not try it. So my question to you, Peter, in this brainstorming session is, this is how I want to do my show where I'm documenting my journey. And so I like making it in StreamYard, and then I actually just want to set it to Premiere, and I want to get to the point where I'm doing it daily. And I don't expect everyone to show up daily, but I want to ask if my goal came across properly, because my goal was to have an opportunity to share what I'm thinking, but then kind of talk to you guys like about those same thoughts. Like, hey, is anyone else experiencing this? And did that kind of come across as the viewer, would you say?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, the intro aside, the length of the video was perfect, and there were people in the chat who were talking about what is being discussed in the video, and having you in the live chat where people can interact with is a very useful thing. I think there's, with the people who were in the chat who might not have ever used a like YouTube Premiere, or might not have ever like attended a YouTube Premiere, they might not be used to having the person whose video they're watching being in the live chat with them. So
Right.
that for the viewer, that might take a little bit of getting used to for the viewers who have never been to like premieres, or like a little bit inexperienced. I knew going into it that you were going to be in the live chat, because that's the whole point of a premiere, is to be able to watch it with your viewers. So I think from a viewer's standpoint, I thought it was amazing to see how many people, like you said, were in the chat before the video started. And then it seemed like people just kept arriving as the video was going, just kept arriving. And
well, I think that happens with lives in general. I think that's what I've noticed happens. And so, yeah, I guess, yeah. And so my takeaway, and not wanting this video to be too long, it's again, just a quick brainstorming session. So I'm going to ask you, creator to creator, I liked doing this, and my plan is to basically do this and not to worry about like who's showing up on a daily basis, because I fully expect all my creator friends are going to be out creating, and we can't always just park ourselves to do whatever, right? And the reason I like this feature is because it gives me the opportunity to interact, but then it just gets recorded as a video. Like, so say I didn't do it as a premiere and I just launched it as a video the way I have been, that still happens, right? So anyone who wants to rewatch it, and anyone who has been watching my content the way I've been producing the content, that actually doesn't go away. So it kind of feels like a 2-for-1. I don't know if it'll make a difference for my channel or not, but it's more about me feeling out, like, does it make sense for me? So I kind of liked it. It felt awkward, but I did like it. The only part I didn't like is I felt like we all still had more to share right at the end, and it just cut us off.
Yes. Well, what I would, I was thinking while I was watching the premiere, is one possible option would be to record the video and then play the video as part of a real live stream, so that you can even take your face off the camera, so it's just your video playing, and then you're still in the chat, being able to talk with everybody. And once the video is finished, you can then reappear on camera and continue talking with the chat and answering any questions that people had.
Right. So I'm thinking that sounds like a lot of work, but I actually had the same idea. But I also know that when you're using this feature, that you have the ability to point it to, like it says, like you can immediately point it to like a live stream or something like this or something like that. So I'll have to probably just play around with it a little bit more, because I liked the brevity of it. And I just felt like we maybe needed like 10 more minutes, right? Like,
I think you've convinced me to do a premiere on StreamYard just so that I can do my own playing around with it and see
from your end. So definitely let me know when you're doing it so I can be in your audience. And then we could do a follow-up video like this on what was your experience as the user versus my experience as the as the viewer. But I think that kind of covers everything. So my takeaway to anyone who is thinking about using Premiere or maybe you haven't thought about using Premiere is it's definitely an interesting tool, and I definitely have honed in on it and decided I wanted to do it, and I've just been working through all my fears around it, and I gave it a shot. It wasn't hard to use. It definitely was awkward, but isn't everything we do awkward until we get comfortable with it? So I don't think it's any different in that regards.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, absolutely anything. Walking is awkward until you get used to it. Talking is awkward until you get used to it. So it's all about the more you do it, the more it becomes natural.
Right.
So, and that comes as part, like, for the creator as well. Like, the more times you do it, the more comfortable you become watching yourself, because you're more focused. You know what's in the video, you know what you've said in the video. So then you can turn your attention away from watching the video and you can just turn your attention to the live chat. While everyone in the live chat is watching the video and chatting, you can just be watching the chat and replying to comments.
Yeah, I think that's my last question before we probably end this, because I want to keep these to where people can get what they need and get on with their day. So you didn't find it at all distracting, right? Like, so you were able to watch enough of it and you were able to watch enough of it and kind of still chat, right? Like, it wasn't like too overwhelming as a viewer.
No, it's in theory and in practicality, it's exactly the same and absolutely no different than if you're watching a live stream. You're watching the stream and you're still chatting away with other people.
Right.
It's exactly the same. So I'm used to that. And anybody who's ever been in a live stream or done a live stream, they'll also be used to it.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think that, this was a success. So I want to shout out Peter Urbanowski, everyone. Great channel if you're watching from my channel, because he keeps me motivated to try a lot of these different things. And
we motivate each other.
We do. We definitely do. And so we hope that you guys get out there and give this a shot, and be sure to come back and tell us how you liked it or what you liked about it if you do try it. Or if you've already done it, feel free to share with us what you like. Because a question I have, and so I'll try it out tomorrow, is can I pause the video while we're watching it? Like, do I have control of the video at all? Like, and I didn't even look. I have no idea.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, but we'll find out.
Well, I could be wrong, so you could try that tomorrow and then let us know.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks, Peter.
Okay. You are very welcome. I will talk to you soon.
All righty. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.